Hello, everybody. Listen, I know you guys haven't seen me in a while, and I have been, just dealing with life. But I got a word today. I have a word today. And I began to sit in my room and I began to watch Sarah Jackson, which she's one of my favorites. She's one of my favorites, and I always become blessed by her. In some of my darkest places, my darkest life, my darkest struggles, I began to. She brought me through a lot. God through her brought me through a lot, and I've always have got blessed by her. But I began to sit in my room today, and I began to turn her on the TV, and I began to turn her on the TV, and I began to listen to her minister to me, and I began to hear her speak to me about night vision. And I learned these things from her today, but I got a word with what she said. And she began to speak about night vision. Now, night vision is the ability to see in dark/dim light. I didn't even know that, darkness was still light. It's still light. I did my research. So, if I was to get up right now and turn off my light right now, it would take 20 minutes for my eyes to adapt to the darkness. Education. But as I began to sit and think about night vision, I began to speak. God began to speak, and He began to tell me that in this season, even in the dark places, I want you guys to still see the light. Still see the light. Find the light in the dark places. Now, I know that January 1st we went to watch night, and I'm going to minister. January 1st when we went to watch night, and we shouted, we praised God. We went up. We cried. We did everything that we can do. We called down Jesus on January 1st. Came in January 1st. We praised God. We shouted and praised God for the 12 o'clock. We did our big one, and almost as if January 16th or 17th and down through the month, our faith began to fail, and we begin to say, "Well, Lord, I don't. The things I have already read, the things I read in my diary, my notebook, the things I have already planned for this year, everything is not going the way I see it. I wanted it to go for in the beginning of the year." And in this season that God has taken us at, we're going to have night vision. We're going to have the ability to see in dark places, because we receive prophecies in the light, and not knowing that the prophecy would take us to the dark place. When God was tempted by the devil, He was tempted into the wilderness, to a dark place. He was tempted. In order for us to get through in this season, we're gonna have to face the devil head on, face to face. We have been running from the enemy for too long. In this season, for everything to prosper, everything that we touch to prosper, to succeed, we're going to have to face the devil head on. And in order for us to get to the point in life where we, thinking to ourselves, like, you know what, I'm not running anymore. I'm facing him head on, because God has given me power and authority over every unclean spirit. So I began to, study night vision, and this really get it in my spirit. And I know sometimes us as Christians, we don't like going through stuff. We hate when things go bad. We hate everything's not going in plan. We hate not to see things go as if we have planned it. We hate it. We don't like that. We don't like it. We don't like it. So in this season that God has taken us at, we're going to have faith. We're going to have faith. We're going to have faith in this season. We're going to have faith even in the dark places. Even if it get dark for us, we're going to still have to have faith, because guess what? Everything is not going to be great every day. But through praying and fasting and lifting up God, because the joy of the Lord is our strength, and begin to lift up the name of God every day, is going to get us through. We cannot allow the darkness to keep us into the dark. Even in your dark places, try to find that little bit of light that's still shining and live off that light, because God said, even in the darkness, I am treading your feet. I'm walking you through. I'm guiding you in the dark places. I'm giving you tunnel vision. I'm giving you visions you can see in the dark places, because darkness is still light. Darkness is still light. It's just a different type of light. But God say, in this season, I want to give you an eye to see in the darkness. When things get rough for you, when things get to the path where you don't even know what you want to do, you're puzzled. You're complex. You're to the point where you don't even know what to think. You don't know what to do now. So now you're in a place where, you know what, God, I don't even know if you're gonna show up no more. I don't even know if you're gonna still do what you say you're gonna do, God. I don't know no more. I just don't know. I can't put it together. I just can't put the puzzles together, God. I've been fasting, I've been praying, I've been trying, and I know how you guys feel, because we all get there in life. But in this season, season, in order for you to get through, you're going to have faith. You're going to have faith, not just, listen, you, like my pastor said one time, he said, y'all, we cannot take the same faith from 2024 into 2025. This requires a different type of faith. This year requires a whole nother type of faith. We cannot use the same faith we used in 2024 into 2025. That's impossible. This year requires another type of faith. You have, listen, the faith that you had last year has ran out. So now God is saying, I want to see if my people are willing to really touch the hem of my garment. See, the woman with issue of blood, she touched him, and the virtue came out of him, to the point God say, who touched me? God say, it had been a long time since my people really touched me. And I felt like somebody really touched God. We shout, we praise God, but nobody really nobody really touched God. And that's why now we see all these miracles that God has formed in the Bible, and nothing's happening because his people is not touching him no more. We're playing, we're not really touching God like we say we're touching God. So God is saying, in this season, in order for you to get this breakthrough, in order for you to get this blessing that I have for you, I have you know it's there, but you're gonna have to really connect. Really connect. Don't worry about the darkness. Don't focus on the darkness. Don't focus on the dark places. Don't focus on the darkness, because the darkness is a distraction. Like my pastor say, sometimes you speak loud. The loudness is there to bring your attention in, because you speak loud. You speak with you do so many things to catch my attention, but the darkness is to catch your attention, because you looking at the problems you're facing in life will drive your attention to the problems. But God said, don't focus on the problems, don't focus on the darkness, because in the darkness I'm leading you. I'm leading your step. I'm ordering your step in the darkness. So in this season, y'all, listen, we're gonna have to really touch God. We're going to have to really connect. I'm not saying connect how you did last year, because last year, there was a whole nother type of faith. But this year, if you really want God to do something for you in your life, if you really want God to do a supernatural blessing for you, you're going to have to really fully connect. And I'm not saying just connect, not just connect for a little bit, just to connect for an hour, connect for 45 minutes, go in prayer for 30 minutes and lose it. I'm saying stay connected, because guess what? If you're not connected, when God begin to come by your house and you're not home, you're going to miss your blessing. See, the problem is God has already came by, but you wasn't home, you wasn't present, so you missed your blessing. So God is saying, in this season, in order for you to get fully blessed, you're going to have to fully connect. Don't worry about the darkness. Don't worry about the dark. I know it's dark. I know you can't see, but are you still able to trust me in the darkness? Are you still able to trust me in the darkness? Are you still able to put your understanding, your mind on me? He whose mind is stayed on God, he will keep in perfect peace. Are you able to still trust me when things don't go as planned? Are you able to still trust me when things are falling apart in your life? Are you able to still trust me in the darkness? God wants you to touch him so bad to virtue come out. So he know who touched me. Somebody have to really touch God. It have been a long time since God say people have really touched me. It have been a long time since I've been touched. Yeah, they shout and they praise, but nobody don't really touch me the way I want them to touch me no more, because people, we have lost faith. We have lost faith. We holding on to 2020, 24 faith, and some of y'all are all the way in 2023, all the way gone far back. But in this season, in order to get connected with God, you're gonna have to have faith. Real supernatural faith, because what God has for you. Just because you don't see it right now, just because it's not in your face, just because you don't see the miracles forming, doesn't mean God lied. I'm gonna let that marinate. Just because you don't see the miracles forming now, doesn't mean God lied. He didn't lie. God didn't lie. God did not lie. He did not lie. Just because things are not going as planned doesn't mean God lied. God never lies. He doesn't lie. If he said it, it's going to come to pass. If he said it, it's going to happen. But he needs your faith. So God is saying, if you come up here, I'll meet you here. If you bring your expectations up, I'll come up where you at. If you give me this, I will give you that. If you come up, I'm going to come up right where you at. If you bring your faith up just a little bit, let your faith leap. Come up, and God's going to come up with you, because guess what? In this season, people, we got to have faith. We got to have faith. Brothers and sisters, let your faith leap, and know that God will help you see in the darkness. He's the type of God that will lead you in the darkness. walk you through the darkness. And I believe at the end of that tunnel of darkness, there comes light. You guys stay encouraged.